Hello, hello, hello. This is Unprofessional Opinion. I am Richard,
And I'm Melody.
and we're here with a lovely couple. We'll talk about a lot of things. We have the Arlyn right here.
I like it.
Arlyn's right here, and we're gonna talk about a lot. And I have questions about the book Circumstances.
Yes.
So,
He's a comedian,
yep.
writer, producer, director. He's an MUA, amongst other things. A giver of life.
Oh yeah.
A creator.
Yeah, we always give thanks to that.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about what it takes to, create your own lane, to make your own space, to not have to clock into a 9 to 5, to create your own legacy.
That's right. So we're gonna start here. Hello.
That's what the show about?
That's it.
I like that.
That's it.
I ain't asked no questions. I was like, listen, y'all wanted us here? I was like, cool. Let's do it. Can I bring the wife?
Absolutely.
And I was like, heck yeah. I'm like, cool, let's do this.
That's mandatory.
Yeah.
It's mandatory.
I appreciate it.
So,
First of all, introduce yourself.
yes.
So I'm MUA Arlynda. In the film world, it's just known as Arlynda. I've been a makeup artist a long time. We'll just leave it that way. So I won't be telling my age. Interesting about your topic tonight, because I actually still have a 9 to 5. And that's how we balance things out, right? Because it's a lot of sacrifice. But we'll get into that. I'm sure soon enough. But yeah, so I still have a 9 to 5. I make up and an independent paparazzi consultant.
So what do you do, sir?
I'm Terrance Arlyn. I'm a content creator.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how I look at it. You know what I mean? I'm a creator. I create so many different things. It's not like, if you look at the film aspect or the book aspect, but I'm also a father.
Mm-hmm.
We build things like homes and companies. It's just creating, whatever it is that we envision, you know what I mean? And that's kind of where we are. Like, if we could see it, we want to envision it, and then we try to manifest it. So
you're a visionary.
no, I'm a content creator.
Based off your vision.
Creator.
Well, you're not putting yourself in a box.
Right.
No, because ain't no. Listen, you walk outside, man. It's limitless.
It is.
I can go up as high as I want. They've been drilling. They never reach the middle or the bottom or the end. And when you pick a direction, I mean, you might hit some walls, but I mean, you figure it out. You
go around it. They've been cutting through rocks for decades.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's how I look at life, man. It's limitless. So why put limits on anything?
Yeah. Well, the limits were put on you. So, and it's like they're false limits. It's literally a imaginary box around us, and we really just thinking that we are restricted to not doing anything that we want to do. We can do whatever we want.
That's a whole nother topic. That's those people who created the structure that they thought was good for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Programming.
Yes.
Yeah. Programming.
Yeah.
We talk about that a lot. I've said programming almost every week on this show. Wow. The past, and I'm surprised we won't get a knock on the door about it. The guy with the black suit. This guy done figured it out. You know what I mean? I got put in black. Yeah. So, but I'll just blame it on George Carlin, because that's where I got it from. But at the end of the day, I guess my biggest question is, this man does all these amazing things, and there's always, home structure. What's the first thing you think of when he leaves? What's the first thing you think of? Like, man, what I gotta do?
I gotta cook. Listen, he loves it. Now, don't get me wrong. I will step back in the kitchen just to let him know I still got it. Mm-hmm. Okay? And I'm fast with it, too. But he does all of that for me. Again, I started with saying I have a 9 to 5. So he wants to make sure, it's been like this from day one, that I don't have much to do when I get home. So that includes the kids' homework, making sure food is done, by the time I get there. Or if not, it's at least prepared where I can stick it in the oven or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I'm pretty accurate. It's all about just making sure I'm okay.
Wow. See? There's like, and that's the thing that people don't realize. There's men out there that do that all day long.
It's a lot of men out there that do it, and I think a lot of people pretend like they don't do that because it's not popular.
Right.
But
I think we should definitely
there's a lot of dope men out there that's taking care of their kids and making sure their woman is well fed and achieving her dreams because the more you pour into your woman, the more she's gonna pour into you.
I know, like a well. We talk about that.
100%.
Yeah, we have to do that.
So speaking of pouring into, how does your like day to day go? How does it start? How do you, or even what even made you go from being like I wanna do comedy, then you come up with a book like Circumstances? What even was going through your mind?
All right, so yeah, there was a lot of questions.
There was a lot of questions.
All right, first question is my day to day. I started by I must address her because if not, she gets attitudes.
Okay.
So it must be some type of good morning kiss.
I love his love. You can't
Listen,
blame him.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm just letting them know what my morning starts with. You know what I mean?
Sowing your seed early in the morning.
Listen.
Yeah, it starts there.
But I mean, I think it's important. You know what I mean? I'm acknowledging her because, you know, this relationship is built on a daily thing. So every day I choose you.
Right.
I'm waking up to a new day, a new person, and we, you know, so it's just acknowledging, you know, which is why we don't, you know, we get into our bickles, but the next day you're not allowed to carry it into.
Yeah.
So we try not to carry nothing into it.
So y'all don't allow it, or
You try not to.
ours go like a whole week.
Never that long.
Never. No.
What?
Never that long.
Man, we had one for like I thought our longest standoff was what 7, 8 days.
And I'm sure you don't even remember what it was for.
No, but we talked during it.
We talked during.
Yeah.
Major shit talkers. We like to curse on.
Yeah.
Major. So because I'm so good at it, that's where the comedy and all that stuff comes in. Punchy, bam, bam, bam. She's just as good. So we get it out the way.
Oh man,
We're gonna go at it, and it's gonna be.
So y'all balance each other out.
And it's like, what are we arguing about?
I don't know. I just want to love you. So do I.
All right, whatever. Now I'm done. It's stupid. You're sitting over this, and next thing you know, everything comes down, and it just moves on. So, yeah, we don't.
So we both Scorpio. I think that's what our issue is.
And
We both Virgos.
Oh, damn.
There it is. Yeah, it's like, you know, the yin and we talk about like yin and yang, like we kind of balance each other out, you know. But Mel's a habitual line crosser. Like she just keep moving like all the time. Like so I have to at some point everybody has their limit, and my limit is like, okay, I'm not aggressive with her, but I'm like, you need to stop. She's like, she's moving the line again.
Why do I need to stop?
You need to quit.
Yeah.
You know, all right, now I get upset, and now she's, you know, why you mad? What's wrong? You know what I mean?
But he's not like a communicator. I'm communicating when I'm mad, and then I'm communicating when I'm trying to figure out why you mad. And he's like, well, I wasn't talking to you when I was mad, and now I'm really not going to talk to you. I'm like, well, no, that's not how this is going to work. Like, you need to tell me why you mad.
She hates when I shut down.
So that way you can figure it out.
Or even like earlier today, he goes, and he's laughing on the phone. And I'm like, well, if you're going to laugh that loud, you need to tell me why you laughing.
No.
Or don't laugh.
I'm not crazy. I do that with him all the time. He'll laugh at
Y'all
what
just
you laughing
being
at.
nosy. That's all.
Yeah.
Why?
Like
when I feel the need to tell you what's so funny, I'm gonna tell you.
That's
But let me
knowing what
He
made you
didn't
that
get a chance
happy.
to ingest the joke,
Yeah.
No.
and you
Like,
was
let it
already
roll.
talking about some what you laughing at.
you know what I mean? I'm trying to remember it, actually. That's what I'm trying to remember. I'm trying, you know, because I have my memory is terrible.
I think,
but,
yeah.
I mean,
You remember what you want to remember. That's
Yeah.
because your memory is like a stamp. It's like it stamps the things, like all the tragic things in life. It stamps it. The good things. It stamps it. So it's those in betweens that we're not stamping. Is only because you're not marking them the right way.
Right, because I seen a picture that I don't even remember taking. And I was like, what? Like, you're right. Now, I'm like, I can't tell you what happened that day or nothing, but...
Yeah, or we'll watch a show, and he'll be like, oh, that's the neighborhood. That's my uncle used to live down the street. And I'm like, how do you remember that? But I just made a doctor's appointment for the kids. And
I don't
like,
know.
She is an awesome wife. because I'm the type of person that I do so much. There's certain things I don't want to do. And I'm like, I'm very adamant about the fact and why. I can give you a why for 10 days. I don't want to do this. So it's people understanding people that makes things smooth. Because when you know he hates doing it, don't ask him to sign all that stuff.
Yeah.
Don't ask him to fill out all that. He's writing scripts. You think he wants to fill these out?
No. Yeah.
You think I want to read all this after I've been reading all this all day
I think that's
long?
refreshing, though. I think that's like one of those things where, like, this is where I need you to relieve me
Yeah.
of my duty.
And that's kind of how it is, man.
Team.
You know, every film you do, you got to read the script. It's 100 and something pages. I got to digest it, and then I'm writing, and then, you know, I'm giving suggestions. Like we consult. So it's so much for the brain to process.
Yeah.
So my second step every morning is I meditate. So before anything, I take time for myself, at least 30 minutes, where it's just me. I'm thinking of who I want to be today, because there's certain days I need to be an aggressor. There's certain days I just want to be passive. There's certain days I just want to be relaxed. I just want peace. There's certain days where I'm like, listen, I gotta whoop somebody's ass today. That's just what it is, because today is that day for me. And it's just, you know, I just know who I am each day, you know what I mean? And then I'm able to attack it, you know what I mean? So the days when I have bad days, usually, I didn't get that time. I didn't have that time. And that happens some days. I wake up, I'm like, oh, I overslept. And I don't got that time. And next thing you know, I'm on my way to where I gotta be. And I'm like, saying to myself, like, I'm just praying that I can find time to get myself together before I'm attacked by this world. Because this world attacks you the moment you wake up.
Especially for a black man.
Sometimes your phone rings and it's already an attack. That's why I'm like, she be like, your phone ping. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't want to know who it is right now. Because right now I'm in a peaceful place and that could attack me. I don't always care.
That's important. Like I'm the type of person that needs a 30 minutes before I talk to anybody.
Yeah.
I have to be by myself, quiet for 30 minutes. Rashard can just get up and get dressed and go.
That's her.
Hello.
But now you gotta remember, my get up and go. I'm a 9-to-5er. So
You're happy in the morning.
Absolutely, because I woke up.
I'm never that happy.
But my time is on the train. So I listen to my music. I get myself together. And I get there so early so that way I can have my breakfast. I don't have to do it. Because I'm an officer, you know, a supervisor. So therefore I have officers under me. So the minute I open my door, they're, you know, coming into the office. So I need that time on the train to say, all right, let's get this together.
Because they don't care about what you got going on.
Not at all.
Oh, no. They just want to know what can you fix there.
There.
So,
right now.
Absolutely.
You mentioned meditation. Do you also believe in manifestations?
Absolutely. I believe in, once again, we was talking about it before. It was like, if I can see it, it can happen. And if I constantly see it, eventually I'm going to find a solution or a way to actually achieve it. And it happens. So I just believe in if you believe it can happen, you'll figure out a way to make it happen. And once you make it happen, just make sure you acknowledge the fact that it happened.
Right.
And from there, you just keep going.
Right.
It can be the simplest thing, though. That's what people don't do. They don't go after the simple things. They go after the huge thing, and it's like, I didn't get it.
Right.
Try something so simple, like I'm going to cook dinner tonight, unexpectedly, and I'm going to make her. She loves a mimosa, so I'm going to make her or breakfast. I'm gonna make her a mimosa. I went out and shopped, and I just did all this stuff. And when she came downstairs, it's here. This whole setup. And it's like the feeling I got from her reaction was and that's what life is all about. It's just building off of those.
I do that. She'd be like, oh, word. So, you know, this weekend, I just, you know, whatever.
It's expected. It's 20 years.
I was just about to say 20 years.
That's cool.
No.
Make her eat those words.
Hold on. That's wrong. That's a false. Yet again, it's a daily process. It's a daily task for him to say that I choose you. So the day he woke up and took the initiative to go out his way to spend that time to prepare something for you, the gratitude is that you're going to acknowledge him and say, dude, I owe you, I thank you, I love you. It's not no, oh, cool, I expected that. She wake up every day, cook breakfast. I don't just expect it. gracious of it because she can stop that and your butt can be like, oh, what's
I'm
up?
hungry.
I don't owe you no breakfast every day. This is something I want to do for you.
Yeah.
Or he could get booked for a job and be gone, and now what are you expecting? You're going to be missing everything that he did that you was expecting. Now you understand appreciate that.
And that's
That
what
actually,
happens.
that actually
That
happens a lot. Because he, like, well, not since COVID happened, but he would always have to go away for work. And it just be me and my boys. And this is the bad part. Because they're the same way, where they expect certain things. So when they're like, especially the youngest one, where's Dad? We were supposed to watch Lab Rats together. I'm like, I'm not watching Lab Rats. You gotta wait for Dad to come on. We can call him, FaceTime him, but I'm not. Yeah, so you're right. We all need to take that time and make sure that we appreciate one another.
Yeah.
Because
you need to appreciate it.
I do. You're rotten.
You need to appreciate it.
She's spoiled.
I'm spoiled.
No, I'm spoiled. I'm spoiled too.
I think, I'm sure
and this is the truth about society today.
And the clues.
The coin flipped. In the 70s, it was the man that was doing those hard 9 to 5 hours, and the women stayed home. Today, the percentage kind of flipped, whereas though men are entrepreneurs, so they have a little bit more free time home. They're owning their companies, plumbers, electrical work.
They got time.
They have more time at home, whereas though the women are still in the market. They're still running companies. They're still in those positions, and I think it's kind of how they wanted it somewhat. Without us, the black man trying to better themselves. I think they wanted it whereas though the women are worse, more superior. I think that's where the world is right now. You know what I mean? Which I think is a great thing because I've always said, and I will die saying this, that I believe the day that there's a female in the presidency, that this world is going to truly change for the better. It's going to be chaotic first because those people who don't understand it, but the women who think of households, they run
doing it for years.
So why can't they run a country if they can run every damn near household that's, you know what I mean?
Right.
True.
And I mean they're overseeing a lot of our leaders. They're the people who put them mind frame in position.
That's funny because I see, I have a leader, black woman, and her leadership skill is ridiculous. Like it's so unorthodox, but it works. Very well respected, and
She's not even that old.
No, she's not. But just her poise, it's crazy. So I get exactly what you're saying. She came in and it was just like,
but it's also a knock because the black women are so dominant that it's hard for them to date because they don't know how to relax.
Why do you say that?
How powerful they are. You know what I mean? So with me being, a man has to be so comfortable when dating a powerful executive woman because she don't need you technically.
Yeah.
And you gotta be comfortable knowing
I changed that phrase. She do need you.
She needs you in a way of financially. She doesn't financially.
She not financially, but she needs you in ways. That financial part is just that's just our Western way
and that's
of
key,
what we are.
and letting him know, like I would never say I don't need you. Like I've never used that. He knows I'm a firm believer because I didn't.
Yeah.
And I was that dominant woman at one point. He softened me up a little bit. To where it was like, you go, bye. I don't care.
Put your money away. I got this one.
Because I was so used to it. I was just so used to taking out my wallet and, I got it, And
it's hard because I think we had to be this way. Like we were working before other women. When they were fighting for women's rights, we were already ironing clothes, washing clothes, and we were raising people's children outside of our home. So we've been working. Like I talk about how my grandfather, my brothers, they seen him as like getting his meals cooked and his clothes ironed and washed. But my grandmother always worked. But she just knew how to balance it where I'm going to make him, he's the man of the house and I'm going to make him be proud of being the man of the house and he has that prestige. And I'm not gonna disrespect him, but at the same time, we both played a part here. Like she would take his check and pay the bills and give him spending money because she was better with paying bills. My brothers never seen that, so they always seen like, well, I'm man, and it's just you cook my dinner, and I'm like, no, it's a balance to that, and then we had to figure out the balance of that. Cause I'm a 9-to-5er too.
That's us.
That's a time.
I get paid. I just give it to her.
Yeah.
I keep what I need. I'm like, listen, I don't need.
And sometimes he'll be like, I just need my cell phone bill. That's
Listen,
it.
I'm
You
so
can't walk away with
simple.
nothing. And I'll toss him
Bruh,
some money,
I'm so
and he's just
simple.
like, no. And I'm like, dude, you can't walk out of here with
I'm
nothing.
so
man.
simple. As long as I got my world isn't as big as the world. That's what you don't understand. Like my world is really small. So the essential things that I got in this place that I have and our home, everything's already there. I'm like, I don't need nothing.
I think that's how we grew up. We grew up with, and I told her, I said, material was just like, after a while, I didn't care about it.
Right.
Because I remember just throwing away shit when it got bad. So material just became like non and void. I just removed it away from my thought pattern. Once I done that, I started seeing a whole new world. I started like sitting back like, what's more important? You know what I mean? That's right.
The wife is partaking.
Yeah.
So that's why I commend like Ralph for YBM and doing that, because I told Ralph when we was in school, I said, you guys, you're so eclectic with how you put this clothes together, and I know it's
YBM, man.
Oh, absolutely, man. I don't wear nothing outside of my clothing line. That's the only other clothing line I wear is YBM.
What is your clothing line?
Yeah.
It's Arlyn Entertainment.
Yes.
So
and where can they get it from?
Our website, arlynentertainment.com. So it's
right there underneath the. There you go.
But that's honestly, that was it. It was just one of those things, like, man, like once you start seeing like what they're doing, and I'm proud of everybody that they was like, we grew up in, like you said, a small town. Nobody care about us, you know what I mean? But to see everybody doing something now, it's like, and I got a surprise for Ralph. I got an idea that I got for him, and I told him, I said, I got you, because I just know like to give is to receive, and I know that when I help him with what I got for him. I want the world to rock this, because that shit says Black Excellence.
You know, started.
Well, we
That's
are.
why, right. That's why we have to start it now, and that's what we doing. You know what I mean? That's what everything we doing right now, and our company that we building is Arlyn Entertainment. It's more than a film company. That's all we want people to understand. We got a nonprofit that's in the creations as we speak, because we plan on doing so much to educate and build in the New Jersey area. Because I want people. It's disrespectful to travel and say you from Jersey sometimes. They be like, you what?
You from Philly? No,
Yeah.
I'm New Jersey. You from New York? No, I'm from Jersey.
Yeah. So I just want people to understand like the greatness that comes from here is here. Like I'm never, I sat at people's houses like Ronnie Jergens and spoke with him, and he's from Pleasantville, and he talked about Pleasantville, and I'm like, that's dope that you from here, but it's like, the magnitude that you have, I wish that we gave more to where we were from. And it's not no knock on anything, but like, they move away, and sometimes you just don't give as much as we could to building up where we from, because dude, like you from here. And I didn't know that. And not saying that it's not publicized.
I didn't know that until tonight.
And that's how I feel. But I don't want to be. Because once again, when you say about the movies and stuff like that, I'm a layered person. I am that onion. So once you get to the core of it, like there's so much that you can do with me. There's so many places I can go. I am limitless, because you can put onion in everything. You can eat it by itself.
And I think we was talking about that. Like,
not everybody like it though.
Just
I don't want to be like
this is like the character we were saying, like, the character building, because the detective in the movie, he was like, he explained, or when we were watching it, his attitude, we didn't know where it was coming from, but you knew how it was presented to us, that he had a background. He wasn't a normal cop. He didn't come up in a 2-parent household with all the the bells and whistles. His Christmas wasn't like bright. You knew he came from something that was jagged. And
you knew that from watching it. Not even like
he didn't say it.
You just knew it.
Yeah.
So that takes some thought of like you really sit and you build the character before you even like the screen, like the lines and everything. They say one thing, but you have this whole concept before you even put it down. And I just thought that was like,
it was brilliant.
It was bringing home to work, and it was showing how officers do it. he had a personal confliction with the town and people in it that he brought to work every day, which translates into him being happy that things happen that you shouldn't be happy about. You know what I mean? So Last Shot has so many layers to it because it's intentional to have those, and I love the fact that y'all caught these things because I challenge people to do.
I thought more. I think what was it? Cream. We talked about him.
Yeah, Chris.
Chris Cream.
I love Chris Cream.
Yeah,
shout out to Chris
there was
Cream.
a scene. I believe you did the makeup on him, right? When he got shot in the head. Yeah. So. Right there. You gotta watch the movie. So.
That's right, Last
I can't
Shot.
believe you haven't already, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, watch it. But he, I was talking to him after the premiere, and he was just I said, how did you focus so long? Because dude was saying some funny shit.
Hard.
Yeah, and he didn't blink. He didn't
sure
move.
didn't.
He had to sit like that with cameras flashing because we was taking honest photos because we wanted the effects. So he has cameras and lights flashing in his face, and he stuck. And I mean, we went there. We were shooting that scene for about 30 minutes. So I mean, he had to do it multiple times where he couldn't because different angles. We only had one camera at the time. So we're shooting one camera. I got this angle. I need you to do it on this angle. You can't move. And when we finally got up, he was like, man, my eyes is bleeding. I mean, it was epic because, I mean, it's just one of those... It was one of those signature joints. It's like, he had to,
he really had to put himself there.
He put himself there, yeah. It was really, like...
Talented dude, man.
Yeah.
So how do you transition from... because you probably had to take yourself to a certain place to be able to even write these characters. So how do you transition from taking yourself there to being husband and dad back at home?
To know me is to know that Terrance has been a lot of places and done a lot. So a lot of characters, there's a portion of me in there. So from the thuggest dude to the nicest guy, there's a part of me in there that's I've been this person. Even when it comes to the females, it's like I've met these females. I know these females. I could put a name to each one of them because at some shape or form I've encountered them, and that's why like Kiki's character. Is she? Someone's like, she's a hoe. No, she's not. She's a real chick that just knows what she wants. I like you. I don't need to do at this point in my life where I am in life. I ain't looking for a husband.
Right.
I like you. You cool. So me dealing with you is cool. I ain't ask you to marry me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're young. So for her character, I've known plenty of females that it might have been 4 years of their life they lived that. They saints now. Yeah. But
I got a question about that. But go ahead.
No,
I do. Well, go ahead.
No, that was it.
Oh, no, I just like. Okay, so I guess when men or women get into a certain age, they shift, right? And then they become this person that we don't know. Like, I got grandparents. I like my grandmother or my grandfather. They were 20. You know what I mean? 19, 20. They were all these ages before, right?
Right.
We know that they wasn't the person that they were when we were kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like when we know people that have a checkered past, and we just see it. We were like, damn, they different, yo.
She's teaching Sunday school. Should she
What?
really be teaching Sunday school?
It's about. I think this is so. I'm gonna say this over here. This is so important. Be honest with your kids of who you are and who you were.
I just
You don't want to hear chaos.
Yeah.
He says all the time, that's how he lost my mother, from the arguing and the yelling. So, and he's still in love with her. Like he'll say, and he was like, I just wish I was who I was now.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we talked about is it worth it, right? And in saying that, is it worth it? Like all the things that imagine. I mean, obviously you guys have a beautiful union, right? So let's just say take your younger self. Could you guys say you guys are 21 and 22? Could you imagine still being together from?
Nope, because if he was the kind of person he said he was, and I was who I was, my mouth,
yeah,
it was bad. Like I said,
Because my mouth was bad back then. I can control it now.
I was
know
raised
what to
differently.
But
Okay,
hers
see,
still.
I was the only girl. All right, and I came from where I had my father tell me basically, I don't want you to be a statistic, and I need you to be independent. So I didn't think I would ever be a mother. I didn't think, like I said, I was the type that would tell a guy this real quick, like, screw you, I don't need you. Like I didn't, and that's what I felt like. So therefore, I didn't really respect the man.
Yeah.
Right, because I felt like I was independent enough where I don't need you. I'm good. Like, and if I couldn't get it, my daddy would.
Wow.
Right? That I was spoiled.
And that's a fact.
I was spoiled. It's a fact. I could
To
call him
this
right
day.
now and say, Dad, I need X, Y.
Listen, we got.
The other day, I went and
I like bragging about this stuff.
a weapon, and I said, listen, I want to put this on my card. Can you pay the bill next month? He was like, anything for you.
We got a couch in our living room that's probably
Keyboard.
it's
I always did things on my own. I worked at 12, and I'm talking tutoring and things like that at the African American Art Museum. Like I always was independent. I didn't ask them for anything. So I think he now just feels like I have to do or I want to do because I did it. Like
Because he can.
Where that happened?
Absolutely.
that's what it's like her. She want to shovel snow and shit. Like
Oh,
that's
come on.
exercise.
it's not exercise when
Listen,
my
I
neighbors
let him go out
dudes looking
first.
at my wife out there shoveling
Yeah,
snow.
Not at
that
all,
make you
'cause-
look bad.
No.
Why I can't just
listen.
sit on the couch and watch television?
Because
and
I'm
leave
ready
that
to get
shit
it
out
done
there?
like now.
No, you
Right.
want to be. You want
She
to
not
be
going
a
nowhere.
delicate flower.
She not
I
going
always tell
nowhere.
him like I want to be a delicate flower because I'm like that. And now he's like, well, just go out and do it yourself. I'm like, no, I want to be a delicate flower. So don't start
But I
bad
do-
habits that
listen.
you don't want to keep.
I stop now touching the doors. He opens the car door now. Like I won't touch it. Like it's things that I had to I learned. Okay, you know doors.
I don't do that.
I
I'll
can't wait
get
for
you
that.
in.
I want to get out.
You get out.
Look, I want to get out. I just want to hop out. I don't want to wait.
We
Like,
walking to the car. I could get you to that car. I'm gonna get you in. Boom. But you inside. This is dry. This is clean. You can pop that and push. You alright?
Sometimes
Me stay consistent with the things I know I can do. I can walk you to the car. I can always open the door.
Yeah.
I can run to the door and open. I can carry all the groceries. I
he
can
sure
do
that
a
he does
lot.
not let me touch groceries.
Don't touch nothing.
I be wanting to get it done faster. Like
See
let
the
me
nails. Don't
let
break
me
them.
grab a couple bags while I'm going in, and he look at me
Gentle
like.
hands.
Yeah.
Don't touch
All I
nothing.
need you to
that,
do
but
is
she
get the
just-
door.
His
Just unlock the door.
when she trying to do too much. Get your butt. And then when she hurt herself, oh, I'm fitting to tell you off. That's what I was telling you. Stop touching stuff.
He
Get in the house.
When I went out shoveling. And
Yeah, get your butt in the
my
house.
thumb. I don't know how I did that.
And I didn't want to shovel. And I end up 2 hours of my life and 3 pounds lighter shoveling this damn snow.
Because he waited until it turned to ice.
Oh, you can't wait.
I want to chill. Okay,
But
it's a
why
snow
make
day.
it-
I'm
Grass, you know, the house, other house was small, but she like, I don't know what the hell you call it. But
I
she took up
reseeded.
all the grass,
Yeah, I shoveled it all up.
right? And she's like, "It's
reseeded.
gonna grow back." I'm like, "Mel, it's basically like giving you like you cut all your hair off." And it's just dirt. Like it was just dirt there, and I came home. I was just like, "There's no more grass." She's like, "It was roots anywhere." I'm like, "You
But
know
I had
what
a,
you're doing?"
I had a boot on.
Do you know what you're doing?
Bro, I came home. It was
She said,
just dirt in the ground. I'm like, they gonna fucking kill us. Like they took all the air. There's no irrigation out here. Like, you
I
know,
had a boot on.
she had a boot on. Yeah, she was.
I was bored.
She
I'm
just
like,
took all of it. I always joke. It's not a joke, but I tell Mel every day. I'm like, you don't know how much I love you. Like I'm making it hard for the next motherfucker. Like he ain't gonna.
If he ain't say that to me, he was
Yeah,
like, I'm
listen.
just making it to where it's gonna be difficult for you next
You gonna be
week."
like,
You
know
ain't
what?
with me.
Can you just come
Right.
back? Like
You might
yeah.
want to leave, but you like
Like
yeah, I'm
she
out
could
there.
come too.
That might work.
Right? Listen,
Did you do laundry?
Yeah, she could come too. It's all good. Like that's how hard I'm trying to have. You know what I'm saying?
You started out at creating your own lane.
Yes.
What does creating your own lane mean to you?
my own lane is if you see something that's making me happy and I'm not harming anyone, allow me to do it. And usually that's me just being creative or spontaneity. And let me give you an example of that. So, I don't know if I had the conversation with him, but I had auditioned for a TV show. I didn't think I would make it all the way, right? But that's what ended up happening. And then they were like, well, no, we don't need you. But then last minute, they were like, no, we do. And it was over in Europe.
Wow.
So that was me gone for a whole month and about a half or so.
During our birthday month too.
Right.
So it was like, this sucks. It's August. Like you leaving in August and you're in another country where I can't even really talk to you.
But that's creating my lane. That's me. That's who I am. Lizzo had a recent audition. I just get up and just do stuff. Like, that's my lane. And it's showing my babies, right? The children that you can hold no fear. Be fearless. Just do it. It don't matter how old you are. Don't matter what you're doing. Just do it. So when I do stuff like that, that's me creating my lane. So.
We study what you guys do. We study what you guys do. And you need to know that people are watching you.
Yeah.
Even though you think
beat
they
me
don't.
up. I'm like, I don't want to go online all the damn time. Like,
People
I'm
watching you when you don't think they are.
That's so true.
But they are.
Yeah.
And they need you. They like they're looking for you. Like, okay, well, he made it, she made it, and they made it together. So let's not give up because you know we haven't achieved what we wanted to achieve in a year. Like, let's keep going.
Let's keep going.
I've had people come to me. It was your people I met through you. Like I said, I've had conversations 1-on-1 where they're kind of picking my brain. You know, I'm looking for somebody, you know, that I can build with and do what you guys are doing. What is it? And I'll be the first to say it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. Like I said, it's lot
not
of
easy,
sacrifice.
but it's simple. And it's understanding how to keep it simple.
That's what it is. It's
But,
understanding.
but the common denominator is you have her and she has you.
Right. That's simple.
Everybody don't have that.
And y'all don't look like what. Like, I'm not even saying because y'all black, because it has nothing to do with that. But there's a certain look that everybody thinks you're supposed
Go
to
ahead
look
and say it, because we said it the other day.
I'm like, y'all are gorgeous.
Yeah.
And there are people that are saying that.
I'm like, what? Both of us?
No, y'all are gorgeous people.
Thank you.
And there's people that see that, but they're like, y'all my type of gorgeous. Like Michelle Obama was my type of gorgeous.
Yeah. That's
So when
sexy to me.
when people see Michelle Obama, they're like, oh shit, like I can be Michelle Obama because she was the girl next door gorgeous, the everyday black girl gorgeous. Like, you are the everyday black girl gorgeous. There's so many girls that are growing up. They're like, oh my God, I have big eyes like that. I have a nose like that. Like that. Like, she's intelligent. I can speak like that. Like, so they're seeing that, and you're taking the limits off of a lot of people. There's a lot of men that look like you, and they're like, well, I got ideas, and my stuff is not like what they told me that I can put out there. He's putting his own stuff out there. Let me see what I can do.
Yeah. And that's when you say, like, creating your own lane. It was one of those things that I had to embrace me and say, I like wearing my hat like this, and I know everybody don't understand what the freak. Why your hat on? Just
but it ain't for you.
People like, my ears low. Pour down your hat.
But it ain't for you.
But it's me. It's me. It's just me.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
This is my thing. I don't want to do what you're doing.
Right.
I want to do what I'm doing.
You wear a lot of red. You blood. I just like red.
Yeah.
I'm on fire, dude. You notice me because of the red, and then you notice me even more when you see me. So it's like I just do what I feel as though is great for me. Like I just,
exactly.
And that's the lane. It's creating what's good for you, doing what's good for you. I don't care about everybody else, you know.
So I want to lead into you got a film that you're working on right now, and I don't know the premise of it, but Elementary.
This is a big one. It is.
I want to lead in that. Just pitch it a little bit.
Well, before we leave, last shot, give me that back. So
I was gonna ask because I seen it on your jacket.
Yeah.
I was gonna take your jacket.
Oh, this is shit too. He
I
loves.
love patches.
Oh, look at that.
I'm the same way because they keepsake type things. And then I don't know if y'all had a DVD.
No.
We bought it on Amazon.
So I got y'all,
appreciate it.
and I'm gonna sign it before we leave.
Appreciate it.
So I got y'all some t-shirts, some last shot t-shirts.
There it is.
And it
Right
was
there.
elementary.
Don't close up. This is All Professional Opinion. I am Rashard.
And I'm Melody.
We're here with the
Soul
Arlyns.
Sucker.
Right.
Last Shot. Go check it out. Elementary's coming soon. Circumstances is on Amazon.
Great book.
Great book. You gotta go check it out. Listen, we about to go continue this, man.